Greetings, gentlemen. Just a couple of years ago, I bought Bitcoin at around $15,000, and I was a complete newbie at the market, and I didn't understand much about Bitcoin. So the question I get asked multiple times, that's a lie. I never get asked that question. I want to talk about it. Is how did you make this incredible decision, even though you didn't know anything about the market? Why did you have so much trust and so much conviction in Bitcoin to hold it through all the years without any hiccups and without ever getting scammed? So how did you do it? And the approach is pretty simple. Michael Saylor said at one point that most people, they know just enough to hurt themselves. So when I talk about Bitcoin with my friends, they say, "Oh yeah, but what about the energy prices?" Or they say, "Oh yeah, but did you hear about quantum computing? This will destroy Bitcoin." "Oh yeah, but this and that country said bad things about Bitcoin and they will ban it and this will be horrible for the price." And "oh yeah, there's actually no value in it and it's just for speculation and trading and therefore it will go down to zero," and stuff like this. So how did I manage the market? Well, I didn't manage the market in any particular way. I just looked at the basic things. The site that I used, originally the name was Look into Bitcoin, and now it's Bitcoin Magazine pro.com charts. And this site, this is perfect because it's free. It's very, very free. It doesn't get freer than this. Let's look at some of the charts, and I'm going to walk you through and I tell you why I think those were pretty compelling. So first, we have the 2-year moving average multiplier. This is a long time frame investor tool to identify under or oversold price periods. So what it basically does, it tracks the Bitcoin price and then it gives you a sort of colorful, beautiful indicator showing you when the market was oversold or undersold. Is undersold a word? Probably. You never hear about undersold in the market. Well, I joined the market in 20. When was it even? I can't even say. I don't even know. I don't know about time frames. But I joined the market, I looked at it, I saw that we weren't in the oversold area, I bought Bitcoin. Easy. The next one, stock to flow. People argue all day if the stock to flow is still intact, if it's a nice thing, if it works, if it's accurate, if we broke it already. There's so many things you can talk about it. Basically, it is a ratio of Bitcoins in circulation relative to the amount of Bitcoins annually mined and this ratio's relationship with the price. Fancy words. Basically, if I look at it, I see number go up. I see that Bitcoin has a trend, Bitcoin has a direction. This is all I needed because I'm not buying to know where the price is tomorrow or next year or in 2 years. I know that the price will move up. And this one, my friends, this is my favorite. This uses a color band overlaid on a log growth curve to highlight market stages. Doesn't that sound fancy? Basically, we've seen Bitcoin, if you look at the price, $19, $1,000, 17,000, and then 70,000. So many great numbers. And we've seen Bitcoin moving in this area pretty frequently. We have some hiccups where we went over the top or even lower, I think here. And this doesn't mean that's bad necessarily. I just think it shows how accurate the model is because most of the time we're tracking it very nicely. And if we would expect in the next couple of years to get into the red zone again, then we're swoop at around 900,000, 600,000, basically a lot. So Bitcoin, if we just keep in this band, even if we keep at the low side of the band, or if we break below it for some time, it seems like Bitcoin will indefinitely outperform pretty much every single stock you can get into. And then the last thing you can look at is the Fear and Greed Index. This doesn't go back as far, but it basically measures the sentiment of the market, and it's a tool to estimate the fear and greed over time. And when the number is lower, so when we get into the red scores, it's a super nice opportunity to buy. Historically, for example, we've seen here, you could have bought at 19,000 when you saw the price, the Fear and Greed Index at a value of 6, and a score of 21, for example, with 15,000. So basically, you know, when the sentiment is pretty good, then there isn't that much upside left. And if the sentiment is pretty bad, it seems like there is a great opportunity to get back into the market. Right now, we had a sentiment of 16. I think even lower at some 15, even at that point. And that's usually a value we've seen back here, where the price was like around 30K. And even though after 30K, the price still halved basically, I think everybody in hindsight would have loved to buy at 30K. And I think we're at a similar spot. We are at 80,000. The price might halve in the next year. But in hindsight, I think everybody will be happy to have bought at under 100,000. And so this is basically all I use. We can look at one more maybe. This one, I have to look up what it does. This is basically a relationship between the daily Bitcoin issuance and the price. And what we've seen is if the Puel multiplier is pretty high, then we are near a top. And if it's pretty low, then it has been a great opportunity to buy. So this is the most brain-dead technical analysis that anybody can do, but nobody does it, or people see it and they're not convinced somehow. So we have all those charts for free, live updated all the time, and they're all pretty much saying the same thing, mainly buy on the dip, and they will even tell you when the price is low, and never sell, and people still don't do it. So yeah, what can you do? This might be too simple. I'm not sure. So Michael Saylor, which is a guy that I trust absolutely and buy every single thing that he says, of course. He basically assumes that Bitcoin will reach like a couple $1,000,000 and then will forever coast at a 40% return rate. And this seems plausible to me so far, given that the current annual return of Bitcoin is on average 174%. Put this in relation, S&P 500 beat me, I don't know, it's about 10, 12, give it 15 at max percent average. So we're beating every market out there. Of course, I'm one of those degenerates who don't trust in Bitcoin fully, and we do like some altcoins because we all think we can outperform the market, and I think most of us are going to regret it. But hey, that's part of the fun, being in the crypto universe and seeing those 10 and 20x. Cool. I hope this helped you to get a little bit of my perspective. I hope this was entertaining, and I hope you gained some value of this. Look at the site. It's completely for free. It's super, super nice how many resources we do have in the market. And if you look at this, you can basically sleep very well at night because you don't have to thought about every single thing Trump is saying or doing, or who he's attacking, or what kind of countries he's taxing next. You don't care. You just don't care because the markets, you don't care. You just look, you open Rainbow, you think, okay, we're either back to the Christian roots or we're starting to be homosexual here. We look at it, we see, green, still cheap, accumulate, almost blue, buy. And then you just buy. Easy. Good luck. See you next.